5 seconds, I'll be there.
Hi. So, you know you can hardly see your sign from the road?
You're here. You must have seen it.
I almost missed it.
I count my blessings.
That big tree out front blocks it. Maybe you ought to cut it down.
There's a blizzard out there. Maybe you didn't notice.
No, I didn't mean this minute.
Oh, thanks. That'll give me a chance to sharpen my axe.
Of course, you might just move the sign.
Or I could move the whole motel. Or you could start out all over again and come from the other direction.
Oh? You mean you can see the sign better coming from the other direction?
No, from the other direction, you can't see it at all.
Well, then how do you get any guests coming from the other direction?
I don't. This is a one-direction motel.
Aren't you losing half your business?
Why worry about losing half of nothing?
Nobody else here, huh?
What, are you looking for a party?
No.
I could call some people if you want to.
No, please, I just need a room.
Got a reservation?
Look, mister, the storm forced me off the road. Believe me, a motel in the middle of nowhere, Maine is the last place I want to be tonight.
Well, I think I can squeeze you in.
Thank you. Is there a color television in the room?
Why don't you ask me if there's a black and white television?
No, huh?
No, huh?
I bet you get a lot more guests if you had color TV.
You bet. You got any money? Somebody else cleaned you out before I got a shot at you, huh?
You're a good guesser.
That's me.
You're also a little nosy.
Oh, well, I thought you were so interested in the motel business, I thought you might be thinking of buying me out.
Oh.
Move the sign, chop down the tree, put in color television. Man walks in the front door, doesn't pay me a nickel. Already he's making radical changes.
No, I was just making an observation. Okay, no TV. What is in the room?
Besides the light switch?
Well, at least you got electricity.
I'm not telling you where the switch is. You smile. I'll bet you fall over the wastepaper basket before you find it.
What else is in the room?
A bed. And a sink. Which I wouldn't get too excited about because the pipes are frozen. Unless you don't mind breaking off the water. And a telephone.
Telephone, but no telephone book.
What's the point of a telephone book if there's no dial on the telephone?
Now, who do you suppose you could contact with a dial-less telephone?
I don't suppose. I know who you can get. Me.
Right.
If there's anything you want, why just ask.
Thank you. Good night. Oh, mister, in case I get desperate for some conversation, what's your name?
God. The man asked.
God. Oh, it takes all kinds. Number 6. This is it. Yeah, this certainly ain't paradise. Okay, now for that switch. Oh, swell. I'll bet it's behind the door. Some bets are sure things. Damn. Oh, this is gonna be some night, I can tell. Aha. Great place for a light switch. What a dump. I'm desperate, but not this desperate. I can't face this tonight. Not tonight. Hello. God? You want some company? Okay, I'll be right over. This is great cocoa.
I made the whole universe. I shouldn't make a good cup of cocoa?
True.
Tough night, huh?
I guess.
You guess? You weren't lonely?
Yeah. Hey, how about that weather, huh? All of a sudden, the snow started down so hard and it got so dark I couldn't see the road.
No kidding. Life is full of dark roads, you know. Perfect time to meet God.
Well, it's nice of you to have me over.
Well, I hope you're more entertaining than the TV. Gotta get something out of this.
So God actually watches TV?
Oh, God watches everything.
Even the miracle of TV?
TV is a miracle, like your grandma is a banana. You don't believe I'm God, do you?
I believe you. Hey, tell him I believe him.
Who are you talking to? I'm here. You see, you don't believe. I know what it is. It's this motel that's throwing you.
Well,
You believe God would run a better class motel.
I don't.
According to your reasoning, God should drive a Mercedes-Benz. You ought to wear Gucci pajamas. You ought to sit on a throne of gold. Jamie, boy, you got upper-class visions of God.
Wait a minute, how'd you know my name is Jamie?
Hey, you don't have to be God to know your name is Jamie.
Why? Have I got Jamie written on my face?
No, you got Jamie written on my guest book. Of course, I didn't look at the guest book.
If you didn't, how do you know my name?
Because I'm
You're
God.
God. Right?
You don't believe in miracles, do you?
Well, I haven't lived a very miraculous life.
Well, you've lived a life. Isn't that miraculous enough for you? I'll tell you what. How about a game?
Game?
Yeah, you're a betting man. You bet that I'm just a crazy old guy. And I'll bet that you change your mind. What do you say? Name your game.
What game you got?
Well, what game do you want?
Blackjack.
You deal.
Hey, you're a terrific magician.
I'm a terrific God.
All right. Let's cut for dealer.
No. You deal. You won't win nothing.
Anything.
Anything.
Yeah, it's not so hot in English, huh?
Well, I gotta keep track of a lot of languages.
I'll bury the 3.
All right. I gotta get 21, right?
You gotta get higher than me.
I'll get higher.
If you go over 21, you lose automatically.
It won't happen. 21, you got 20. What's the matter? Don't you believe me? You want to try it again?
Yeah.
21, you got 13. You want another card?
Yeah.
15. 17. 27. You lose, I win. Am I God or am I God?
My God.
You betcha.
It's a miracle.
Oh, your life is not a miracle, but this is a miracle. Not only do you have strange visions about God, you have a strange sense of the miraculous.
It really is you?
There's only one God, Jamie. I'm it.
I never would have imagined God would be such a terrific blackjack player.
Human beings can't imagine the mind of God.
A lot of human beings have tried.
Oh, forget it. I didn't give you the capability. Hey, I made you in my image. Doesn't mean I made a clone. You take an artist. Now, he takes some oil paint, see, and he paints a picture of himself. The picture looks like him, but it isn't him. It's just some oil paint. I don't happen to work in oils.
What do you work in?
Dust.
Dust?
Yeah, it's a tough medium, dust. Dust thou art. I said that somewhere. I'm sure you heard it.
So, we really are dust.
Well, the outside is dust. The inside isn't dust. I don't only make an outside, I make an inside. The inside lasts longer.
The inside?
Well, the inside. The spirit. The soul.
Oh, that inside. But the outside is dust.
Dust.
Dust falls apart.
Well, you don't stay dust. I mean, you start out as dust, you end up as dust, but in between, you're not dust.
Most people wait till their life is over before they fall apart. Mine is still going on and I'm falling apart.
You think so?
I know so. Oh, what is this? Man pulls one card trick and right away I'm buying he's God.
You want some more cocoa?
No, Frank. Do you have any coffee?
Sugar or cream?
Both.
How many lumps?
2.
That's what I figured. You got it.
What do you mean I got it? Where is it?
Well, it's in your cup. Try it.
I'll be a son of a gun.
How do you like my coffee?
It's the best coffee I've ever tasted.
So?
Thank you. God.
Well, at last.
Holy smoke.
If I make smoke, it's holy. And as it happens, this evening I've already made a blizzard, cocoa, coffee. Don't strain me.
Boy, if I could do what you do, my life would be a whole lot different.
But you can't do what I do. On the other hand, you can do a lot more than you have ever done.
You know, don't you?
Well, I know that a young lady's counting on you. I know that she bought a new dress. I know that she said a few prayers. Her mother said yes, but her father said no. But she wants to be Mrs. Jamie Conklin anyway. See, if you're God, knowing is the name of the game. Why are you running?
You don't know?
Of course, I know why you're running. I want to know why you think you're running.
I'm running because I am where I've always been, where I was when I first met Karen, nowhere.
Hey, I'm very proud of Karen, you know. Gave her the best stuff. She's got a good heart, good mind.
You bet. We hit it off right away. I knew she was the one I needed. So I quit gambling, gave up everything, cards, dice, everything. Saved up $3,500. You imagine that? $3,500, me? I mean, it's not the world, but it was a lot. And I asked her to marry me.
And you were very eloquent. I would have said yes myself.
We're gonna be married tomorrow, January 14th.
14. That's a nice round number. So?
So, all of a sudden, $3,500 wasn't enough. Can you believe it? Wasn't enough. So 2 phone calls and a card game later, I'm flat broke. You think I'm the lowest, don't you?
Now, Jamie, I'm sympathetic. You're confused? I'm sympathetic. Listen, I've got great capacities.
Well, I don't have your capacities. I think I'm the lowest. How can I inflict myself on her?
Why don't you leave that up to her?
Because she loves me. Love is a big responsibility. I got the responsibility of a gnat.
Hey, take it easy. Now, you're upset, you're tired. You want to watch a little television for a while?
Well, I don't mind, but, you know, I don't get a chance to talk to God every day.
Why not? What stops you?
Well, I've just never been very religious.
You've never been very religious. It's lonely at the top.
You lonely?
Me.
God is lonely? Well, I thought loneliness was a human condition.
You don't have any monopoly on any condition. Frustration, sadness, you name the condition. I've been in that condition.
But lonely?
Hey, Jamie, how many gods are there? I gotta make a decision. I got nobody to call. Suppose I want to laugh. Who's gonna tell God jokes? Well, people don't tell God jokes.
Well, frankly, I didn't know God laughed.
What's the matter? You don't think God has a sense of humor?
I just never thought.
Hey, you ever see a turtle?
Turtle? Sure.
Sure. Well, doesn't a turtle kill you?
What do you mean?
They knocked me out. They started out as rocks, you know.
Rocks?
Yeah. One day I was looking at the beach. I saw it was covered with rocks. So I said to myself, what are all the rocks doing on the beach? They ought to be in the water. So then I thought to myself, wouldn't it be funny if the rocks walked into the water by themselves? So I put legs on them.
You put legs on the rocks?
Green ones. Can you see it, Jamie? 5,000 rocks bumping into one another.
I don't get it.
Well, they couldn't find the water.
So what did you do?
I put heads on them. Presto! A turtle. I had to be there. Oh, it was a smile. Ah, Jamie, God needs a smile. You talk about responsibility. The universe. Now, there's a responsibility. You know what would happen if the universe went haywire? How'd you like to be responsible for the sun?
Oh, no, thank you. I can imagine the tension.
Oh, it's me in the shoulder. Back here. Pressure. Ooh, the pressure. I mean, what if the sun went out? You don't think it could happen? Never mind about the sun. How about the moon? The moon gets too cozy with the Earth. You'd have a high tide all the way from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic. Now, this is a responsibility.
I'd be terrified.
Don't blame you. It's awe-inspiring, the responsibility. And it requires courage to face it.
Even for God?
Well, why not for God? You know, Jamie, once upon a time, there was nothing. There was no sun, no earth, no stars. I mean, nothing.
Yeah, well, there was you. That was something.
Sure. I was the greatest thing that there was anywhere. Except that there was nowhere else. There was nothing. So, big deal.
Oh, yeah. Now, God has to be a God of something, I guess.
Now, that's the way I figured it. But God... What? I mean, it's easy to be God of nothing. You don't have anything to do. Then, suddenly, a blinding flash of inspiration.
And you created everything.
6 days.
Yay, God.
On the 7th, I was exhausted.
Well, of course, after all that work.
What work? Work? No, it was a pleasure. Jamie, the universe, the earth? No, it was a flex of the muscles, a bend of the finger.
Well, then what was it that exhausted you?
You.
Me.
People.
You mean people were harder to create than the universe?
Where's the comparison? The universe is mathematics. People. People were a gamble. I took a chance, Jamie. I took a chance that I could make something that would think for itself. And thinking, well, would choose a life that was interesting, it was exciting, it was wonderful. The only piece in all my creation, Jamie, that had freedom. That was a new concept.
Oh, yes. And in concept, it should work.
Sure, God makes something, it should work. Everything else I made works. Well, have you seen the Earth recently? Not recently. Ever.
Well, I don't travel much, you know.
Well, it's a mess, let me tell you. Starving. It's completely unnecessary. Killing.
I know. It's a waste.
Waste. I couldn't have put it better. Jamie, the Earth is a knockout. I mean, it's a great place to live. You got birds, you got trees, flowers, oceans, nice drizzles. It's tasty, very tasty. It's a personal gift from me, from my heart, which is vast.
Oh, I can imagine.
You can imagine. You can't imagine God's mind. How are you going to imagine God's heart?
I'm sorry. But on behalf of people, I thank you for your gift.
Okay. Okay. But Jamie, what do people want? Hmm? I mean, a gift you share. There's plenty for everyone. There's... Why the greed? Why the hatred? I tell you, my boy, the destruction that I have looked on. I've always looked on. See, you create. You create with such care. I tell you, the feeling I felt when I rolled that first dust between my fingers. I went nuts for people, Jamie. I wanted so much for them. What have I got? A million times, I tell you, if there'd been a motel I could run away to, I would have run. Where somebody would have served me cocoa.
Oh, yeah, but don't you see? I mean, look at all the good you've done, all that you've created. You've created everything. I haven't created anything.
Haven't you?
No. Well, what have I created?
That life of yours, which you don't think is so hot, you created that.
My life. You know what my life is worth on a scale of 100? 2.
Oh, not to me, Jamie, and not to Karen.
35 years old, guy. And what have I got to show for it?
I know what you've got.
A couple of suitcases and a 63.
63 Pontiac. Which, by the way, you ought to get rid of.
I should get rid of my car?
Well, take it from God. That car's a lemon. You better get rid of it.
Really? You mean it's gonna fall apart?
Well, it'll get you home.
I'm not going home.
It's not going to get you to Canada.
Yeah, well, who's going to Canada?
You didn't call your cousin in Toronto? Come on, Jamie. Do you know how cold it is in Toronto in January? Oh, golly, would you get that window? I made nature. Doesn't mean we have to have it right here in the room with us. What's the matter?
I'm not going home. I can't go home.
You're gonna be married tomorrow.
There's not gonna be any wedding.
Oh, no? That's funny. I got an invitation.
From who?
From whom? Your English ain't so hard either.
All right, how do you send God an invitation?
Well, usually somebody says something like, please, God, make it a nice wedding. And I try to oblige. This time the somebody was Karen.
Oh, God.
All right, forget it. I'll tell you the truth. Even if nobody asks, I'll come. See, weddings grab me, Jamie.
They do?
Oh, yeah. Well, if you were me, and you created a species, and everywhere you looked, you saw that species doing everything it could to wipe itself out. And you were sitting in some bummy motel, discouraged and down, and well, wouldn't you try to find some place where there was some hope? Some love. Just a little love.
You crying? Hey, God's not supposed to cry.
Oh, really? Nobody stands by anybody anymore. Look at the world, Jamie. Flowers, sun. What happened to love?
I got love. I've got a great deal of love.
Well, don't tell me about it, Jamie. You tell Karen.
I can't. I'm a loser. I've always been a loser.
You think you're not good enough, huh? What's your worst fear? Come on, put it on the table. What's the worst thing that can happen?
There's somewhere down the line she'll find out I'm nothing and she'll leave me.
All right. You're a poker player, aren't you? You know how you do in poker. You put your money in there in the pot, you get dealt a hand. Well, if you don't play that hand, you lose your money. You gotta take a chance, son. I've been taking chances since the world began. Seeing it all slipping away, maybe. suffering sometimes. I stuck with it. Jamie, you gotta stick with it.
Yeah,
Hey, if I can take care of the earth, the sun, the moon, stars, people, turtles, you can take care of a wife and 3 kids.
but what 3 kids?
Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil the surprise.
3 kids?
Trust me.
Yeah, but how do you go into a marriage with a couple of suitcases?
Oh, you'd be surprised what a woman can pack in a couple of suitcases. You could hardly pick them up.
God, I'm so scared.
Jamie, every man worth his salt was scared before he got married. But almost all of them survived. They got on with it.
Hello?
Uh-oh, it's another one now.
Another bridegroom?
Yeah, theirs is in the afternoon. It's in New Jersey.
You'll need those. Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
I forgot. I left Karen a note.
Oh, the note. Yeah, dear Karen, call me a rat. I'm gonna have to blow it for tomorrow. Signed, Jamie.
Yeah.
That note. It's in your pocket.
That's it. Well, what was it I left her?
Your telephone bill. Which, by the way, you ought to pay the next time you get a couple of bucks.
Oh, thank God. I mean, thank you.
Anytime.
What time is it?
About 3 a.m. Why?
I better call Karen.
Don't call. Go.
No, you don't understand. I'm supposed to pick her up first thing in the morning. It's 200 miles from here. I'll never make it on time.
Probably not. If you drive.
Hello?
I'm coming. Hold your horses. People.